Let's create a pumpkin inspired by artist Yayoi Kusama. First, on the back, we'll write our name and our class code. Once you have your name in the class code, you'll flip it over so that we can see the empty side. You'll be drawing with a pencil first. I have a marker so you can see the lines that I am making. To draw a pumpkin, we're going to use shapes. The first shape we want to draw is the shape of an oval, which is like a circle that gets stretched out. I want my oval to be pretty big, so I'm actually going to put my hand on my paper. You can see my whole hand on the paper, and I'm going to make a shape that is rounder than my hand, but slightly bigger. So the hand is helping us get the size more than the shape. So I'm still drawing an oval. I'm going to start to sketch really light with a pencil so you can visualize it. So the shape that I'm going to draw is an oval shape. My hand is there to help make it at least that big. So you'll draw a line around your hand, and then we'll connect it on the bottom. That'll be our start of our pumpkin. It's okay if it looks a little bumpy or wobbly. That'll make it look even more realistic. Then our pumpkin needs some more sections. So I'm going to draw a letter C that touches at the top and the bottom. And then on the other side, it'll be a backwards letter C. And then I think I'll do that one more time on each side, maybe a little smaller. Let's give our pumpkin a stem. You could just do a rectangle for a stem if you want, or you can do a sideways oval that connects down, kind of like that. There's no wrong way to do it. Art is about making it your own. Then, once you have your lines drawn with pencil, you will trace with marker. And the reason that we start with pencil is if we make a mistake, we can change it more easily. It's okay if it's not perfect. Remember, the bumpier it looks, the more it looks like a pumpkin. After you have your pumpkin drawn and traced, you'll be ready to paint. Painting is the next step. We're going to add spots, just like the artist Yayoi Kusama. Now this paint is water-activated paint. Depending on what school you're at, you might be using different paint. To activate it, I just put a little bit of water on top and let it sit for a few seconds to a minute. That'll give the water time to absorb onto the top layer of the paint, and then I can use it to create my dots. After the paint has had time to absorb, I'm going to start to gently stroke my brush along the top of the paint. I'm being very gentle. I'm never pushing my brush, instead I'm pulling it towards me or just swirling very gently on the highest parts of the paint. Once my brush has picked up some paint, I'm going to start by making some larger dots in the middle. I'm drawing with the paintbrush, so what I'm doing is I'm holding it like a pencil. Pretty often you'll have to go back to the paint to reload up your brush, especially if you notice it start to get streaky. I like the visual effect of having larger dots in the middle and smaller dots on the sides, so that's what I'm going to try to paint with my pumpkin. If you notice your paint is getting streaky and loading it up again isn't helping, that's a sign that your paint needs some more water. So I'm going to gently paint a little more water on the top of my tempera cake, and then I can add my next layer of dots. I'm trying to make the dots look as round as I can, but it's okay if they're not perfect. Art is about trying new things. I'm going to do the same kind of dots on the other side for it to be symmetrical, because that's the effect that I want in my pumpkin. I think in this last edge space of this section, I'm going to do some even smaller dots by holding my brush on the side and barely swirling it to make a really tiny little dot. In these other sections of my pumpkin, I'll make even more dots. I like the big or larger dots in the middle and the smaller dots on the side. But if you want to do something different with your pumpkin, it's your artwork and you are the artist. You get to decide how you want your artwork to look. Whenever you're done all of the sections of your pumpkin, you can think about if you want to add any dots or stripes or something to the stem. That can be fun to add as well to finish out our pumpkin. Next week we'll be cutting these out and making some really cool decorations for the background. So that's something to look forward to as well. A tip or trick if you're finding that you're going really slowly, if you have a lot of water on your brush when you go in to get the paint, you can sort of gently load up the brush with paint without smashing it, because we're going to keep these brushes lasting long for everyone. And then you can gently just tap a row of dots like I'm doing right now. And it's going pretty quickly. The real key here is using the right amount of water so that your paint flows smoothly. You'll also want to pay attention when you're painting. If this part of my canvas or artwork is still wet, I don't want to let my hand touch it. I want to try to keep my hands as clean as I can while painting. Maybe I'll add just a few little stripes up here for fun. Yours can look different if you want, or you don't have to decorate the stem if you want to leave it empty. That's a personal choice. When you're all done, you'll want to listen for directions for clean up. One of the directions might be leaving your brush stay down in the water. Another direction might be picking your placemat and artwork up together like a lunch tray, but you'll have to listen carefully to hear those cleanup directions and which one comes first.